My name's Charlie Butt. Been coaching crew at Washington Lee since 1949, which is the first year we had the crew. We started the crew here with the help and under the auspices of the Potomac Boat Club. We supplied equipment, facilities, and people to help us learn how to row. We had a remarkable first year in that we lost our first race. We won every other race we rowed in. We didn't row very well, but we rowed very hard. We had a bunch of very tough-minded people who refused to admit that they couldn't win. So we went on from losing our first race to winning the Northern Virginia, the Salisbury Cup, and the Scholastic Championship. Those traditions have carried on through the years. We've always had people who pulled hard, who worked hard, and got a great deal of enjoyment out of the fact that crew is a unique sport. It's the ultimate team sport, where everybody feels that he's putting his maximum into it, and that the other people in the boat are doing exactly the same thing at the same time. It's a sport where people as a group can achieve greater levels of capability than they could as individuals. Something happens in a boat, they get to working together. It gives you a mystical capability to go very fast, but you're doing it together. As I say, it's the ultimate team sport. But Washington Lee, as I say, I started crew in 1949. We've won a lot of races since then. We've won the Northern Virginia like 18 or 19 times. We've won Scholastic Championships, 13 or thereabouts. We've raced at Henley 6 times, 6 different years. We've won in England at Henley, both in '64 and in '69. It's a sport that has opportunity for all people of all sizes and shapes and capabilities. There's no individual heroes. Everybody works together. In our operation, everybody rows every day. Everybody races every time we have a regatta. It's a no-cut sport, but people have to observe our rules of training and our rules of conduct. We have places for people of all sizes. So the light people can be coxswains. The coxswains are looked on with disdain by some people, but coaches that have some knowledge feel that a coxswain is perhaps the most important man in the boat. He has the requirement to be the leader, he's like the quarterback of a football team. Then we have places for people in the middleweight range or the lightweight crews. And then we have heavyweight crews. That's the larger, heavier people. But we have the opportunity, people have the opportunity to compete every time there's a regatta against people of their own capability. We don't have any bench warmers. It really, I think, I'm prejudiced. I've been at it now. Well, I've been involved. In fact, this is the 50th year I've been involved in rowing. I started rowing 50 years ago in college as a freshman. And I think it's a great sport. I wouldn't be here putting in the time and effort that's been being put in. It's a great deal of fun working with these young people. Once in a while, it's one of the bigger pains I've known about. But it's sort of that you sort of forget about the pains and enjoy the good features. Our material comes and goes. Right now, we are enjoying a lot of good seniors. We're going to graduate. And in the future, we're going to need a lot more people. We have a number of good freshmen, a few sophomores, a few juniors, but we really are going to be in a need to find more people. Over the years, we've had girls involved in crew as managers and as coxswains. In 1975, the girls' crew was started at Washington Lee by Tom Chisnell, our current women's head coach. Tom was the bowman on our 1969 varsity crew that was the last varsity crew that went to England, raced at Henley, and brought back the Princess Elizabeth Cup. Our girls' program has grown very well. We have equal equipment for both the girls and for the fellas, and we have a great deal of fun out of it. We travel a fair amount. We go to regattas in Delaware. We go to regattas in Philadelphia. We race at the Occoquan a great deal. There's some occasions we go further. Once in a while, we go to races at Poughkeepsie. The river here is a fine place to row. There are some occasions when it's not so good, but most of the time it's a great place to row. We're going to try and get back to racing on the Potomac again next year. This year we had no races on the Potomac, but next year we hope that we will. We've had tremendous support from the Potomac Boat Club, from the community, from the school, from the Washington League Crew Boosters, and we now have the Washington League Crew Alumni Organization that helps us a great deal. We feel now that it's important that we continue the development of crew at Washington Lee. We have our equipment in very good shape thanks to our alumni. The next, aside from trying to pick up more people to have a very good crew, one of the next major projects we have to address is the need for a boathouse in the Arlington area. We know of a site in Roslyn that we know will work. The present construction of the pedestrian access way from Roslyn to the Roosevelt Island parking lot will provide access to it. We're going to look for help from all the people we can find in Arlington to help us see that this happens. It's essential to the future of this crew, the Washington League crew. Rowing is growing so much in Washington that this boat club, where we're standing at the moment, used to have about 65 members. They now have 260 and a waiting list in the order of about probably 2 years worth of waiting list. And the pressures on us to find another place to row are increasing daily. So one of our major projects, aside from the fact to continue the rowing that we've achieved, both for the men and for the women, is to do the best we can toward developing a new boathouse across the river, down the hill from Roslyn.